Hello and welcome to another video in my podcast. My name is Cheryl and this is Cappuccino Crafts, my little channel on YouTube and my corner of the general interwebs where I like to talk about knitting and books and TV and movies and life and other chatty things that I want to share with you. I really hope that you're doing well, and thank you so much for choosing to watch this video and spend a little bit of your time with me. I hope that you enjoy it. Please settle in, get yourself a delicious beverage, and let's have a lovely visit together. Today is Monday, the 20th of December, and this has been a full and festive week of preparations and also festive activities. Yeah. And I think this is going to be a little bit more of a chatty video. Although there has been some reading. No crafting still, but there has been some reading, and so I do have some book talk, and maybe we'll start with that and then end with the festive chatty things, because I think there's going to be maybe a little more of that. So I continued to make progress in 2 books this week. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, which I am still really enjoying, and not liking Mr. Rochester at all. I don't think reading Wide Sargasso Sea is helping my feelings toward Rochester, because I know where things are going, and I'm getting some of that background filled in for that other character. Although in Wide Sargasso Sea, Rochester has not made an appearance yet. I'm still fairly early in that book, and I didn't read further this week, so, but I know the stories. I know the spoilers. So, yeah. Even if he's not in that book yet, reading the 2 of them together does not paint a more sympathetic light on Rochester at all, let's just say. And I continued and really am enjoying The Ivies by Alexa Dunn. This is like a well-paced and fun and tense young adult thriller. This world of the super elite boarding school kids and the like depths and the ridiculousness, actually, of what college admissions to the top tier, like Ivy League schools and other quite elite colleges and universities in the United States has come to. Yeah. But it's fun and it's tense, and the mystery is building and it's progressing, and it's a fun read and a good read. And I started a book. I started a NetGalley ARC that is going to be archived soon, so I have to finish it. and get my review in. But this is A History of Wild Places by Shay Ermshaw. And this is a kind of a cult mystery thriller, and I'd say it has a little bit of magical realism, a little sprinkling of the fantastical thrown in. It's very atmospheric. It is set in, I forget, I think it's in Oregon. It's somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. So it's got the Northwest vibes that I love. It's the writing, the prose is nice. And I'm just at the part where we're going to enter into the cult community and start finding out so we're just at that point of getting to enter and see what this cult community is like. It's called Pastoral, is the name of the community, and it is out in nowhere. It is deep in the woods and all but forgotten. And so I am enjoying that. It's off to a very good start, and I can't wait to see what Pastoral is like. We're just at the gate, so I have not been introduced to anything inside. Just arrived at the gate with a very confused and wary guard keeping watch at the gate. So that is my reading progress. And let's just get to some festive chat. And end of the year, holidays, festive, end of the year sort of chat. I have been preparing my spreadsheet for 2022, my reading spreadsheet. That's where I track and get some additional stats from charts in the spreadsheet, and it's just kind of fun. And I also track on StoryGraph, and I get stats on StoryGraph too. I like having a backup, and it's just kind of fun. I did not create the spreadsheet. It is a spreadsheet I downloaded. I can't remember the name of the blog. I did a Google search. for 2022 reading log download, and this was somewhere on the first page, this blog. There are other spreadsheets available. I think Book Riot will come out with one, but they usually come out with it later, and I was impatient. I've used, for the last 2 years, 2020 and 2021, I downloaded the free spreadsheet from Book Riot, and you just download it to your Google Sheets. You save a copy to your Google Sheets, and then you can customize it. And I just got impatient waiting for Book Riot to make theirs for 2022. So I found this one with a Google search, and I downloaded it, and it is different from the Book Riot one. So I'm kind of intrigued to see which format I like better. I think this one has some nice features that the Book Riot one didn't have, and I'm wondering how many of those I will fill out and track, and how many of those I'll just kind of ignore. But it's fun to try a slightly different version. And see how I like it. Also, I am coming to terms with the fact that there are some books that I'm probably going to have to carry over in my reading tracking from 2021, carry over into 2022. I'm not going to be precious about it. I was hoping to kind of have a clean transition, but it's just not going to happen. And that's kind of not real life, really. It doesn't go by the calendar exactly that way. So it's okay. And I'm just not going to make myself have extra stress over it. It's not a lot of books, it's not a big number, and I just kind of have gotten over that goal or idea. I'm not making myself have any guilt for it at all. Yeah. Also, speaking of reading tracking and 2022 and end of the year stuff, I pre-ordered this. I pre-ordered it in the summer, soon after it was announced. I have been wanting to try a physical book reading log. I've seen lots of reading logs, like online, and I've seen people share some of their reading journal books that they have, and I've been curious to try it to see what it's like, because I like my bullet journal and I just occasionally have used my bullet journal for some reading tracking, but not regularly. Occasionally, what I would track in my bullet journal is if I do a readathon. If I choose to participate in a readathon, I will make a readathon spread in my bullet journal. But I haven't really been having a reading journal, and I wanted to try it. So this summer, when this, there's a YouTuber, the Clockwork Reader, that I watch not regularly, but occasionally. And I saw her announce her reading journal that she is publishing, and she did illustrations for it. It looks like it's going to be really nice and a really good size. And I'm like, that looks lovely, and I'm excited to see what the illustrations decorating it inside look like, and how she did the spreads, because I got the feeling like it would be very, very pretty. And I don't make my bullet journal pretty. I do not decorate my bullet journal. I'm just not good at drawing at all, or calligraphy, or nice hand script writing. So my bullet journal, I don't make it pretty. It's just pretty minimal. I use a little bit of color. I might put a sticker here or there. I might like draw an outline, like trace something, very rarely. But I thought, but having a pretty reading journal, when somebody already did illustrations, somebody already did all the spreads, that sounded really exciting to me. So I pre-ordered it this summer. I got the shipping notice. It is on its way, and I will be using that in 2022. Yeah. I think it's called just a Clockwork Reader reading journal. And her channel name is A Clockwork Reader. So if you want more information about that, you can find it. And when I have it, I will show you. And there is a little bit of a theme to this Christmas time this year in the 2021 Christmas, and it is Nutcracker. And that is partly because of another pre-order I did. They're in the same pre-order. I put them in the cart and pre-ordered them together. The reading journal and a Nutcracker Retelling, which is Midnight in the Everwood, or something close to that. I will have to look it up and correct it in the script below if I was wrong. It is a Nutcracker Retelling, and the cover is gorgeous. I've always thought the Nutcracker was a really fun and interesting story. I like the atmosphere of it, and I'm not a huge, I don't watch the Ballet movie every year. I'm not like a huge Ballet fan or a huge Nutcracker fan. Like, watching it was not a part of holiday tradition in our house. Like watching the movie, the movie was usually on public TV around every holiday time. But we wouldn't make a point to sit down and watch it every year. It wasn't a real tradition. Like some people really, that is a very big part of their Christmas tradition, to incorporate the ballet and watching it or going to it live. But I did one time go to the ballet with my mom when I was a teenager. I did want to do it one time because I had seen the filmed ballet production on public channel a couple times, and we did go to the Seattle production, the Maurice Sendak sets. We saw the Maurice Sendak sets, and I got a book. This is the E.T.A. Hoffman full text with illustrations by Maurice Sendak. Here's one of the full spread illustrations. It's a beautiful illustrated book of the Nutcracker. And here's the Mouse King. The Mouse King's face. And look at this beautiful cover. Look at this gorgeous cover. So I really did enjoy the Maurice Sendak sets, and I enjoy that memory of going to the ballet that year with my mom. And so I hope to read this book again. It's been a long time since I read the Nutcracker book. It's been years and years and years since I read the book. And so over Christmas and the New Year, I want to read this. And at the store, while I was shopping for some festive, a little bit of festive food and some festive hats. You'll get to see a hat that I wore this weekend, and I'm gonna wear it. And I got things for my parents to wear too, for fun when we are together at Christmas this coming week. And I saw this cute little Mouse King Nutcracker decoration while I was shopping, and I had to pick it up. So I have 2021 Christmas's Nutcracker. And in January, the book has been, at least in the UK and Europe, that book that I pre-ordered, the Nutcracker Retelling, has been published, but in North America, I think it's getting published later. I won't get it until January. So it's going to be after the new year when I get that new Nutcracker book that I pre-ordered. But I am preparing and just excited about festive times and festive stories. And I had a really big weekend. On Saturday, I spent most of the day with a friend. We did some window shopping and actual shopping. We went to a really lovely bookstore that I've never been to, because she lives up north a little ways. So it was a little bit of a drive, and just an hour. It was an hour drive. But I did want to go to a bookstore up there. And so I looked one up and we went to the bookstore. We had lunch. We had dim sum, which was so good. I haven't had dim sum in ages. Dim sum is basically like Chinese, like dumplings and appetizers, small little dishes, kind of like tapas, small little portions and little dishes. This wasn't the kind where they bring things around on a cart and you take a plate off the cart, but you mark on a form. The way they did it here, they have a little sheet at your table, and you mark on the sheet what you want, and then the wait staff and how many you want, like 1 dish of that, 2 dishes of that, however many. If you're there, dim sum is great in a really big group because you can sample everything. So the more the merrier, as far as having people to share, makes it even more fun. It was just 2 of us, so we were being reasonable in only ordering as many different things as we could eat between us. And we did get to try a good number of things, though. It was delicious. We had 3 kinds of dumplings, and we had, each of us, because this was going to be, we knew it was going to be really good, so each of us had a small bowl with like 3 little wonton in a hot chili sauce. It was so good. It was so good. Yeah. So we had the lunch, we went shopping, we went to a cat cafe at the end, and I didn't bring it upstairs, but I did get a really cute little plate decorated with pictures of sushi to put May's wet food on, because she likes her wet food in the evening. And I've just been using the little small bowls from just the, daily bowls. Hadn't gotten any designated cute pet food dishes for her. So I got a little sushi plate to put her wet food on, and it's so cute. And maybe I'll show you another time if I remember, or if you even care. If you care about seeing it, say something in the comments. Most people probably don't care. It's not important, but so yeah, at the bookshop. The bookshop, I was like a kid in a candy store. At the bookshop, I went wild. I'm just gonna, I got a couple more things that I didn't bring up. I got some little tabs that are cute. If I remember, I'll bring them up. And I got a shopping bag that I could put my things in, and now I'm going to use that when I go grocery shopping. And the shopping bag has, anyway. I got the second volume, the second book that follows up The Golem and the Genie. The Hidden Palace by Helen Wecker. And this is a hardback. My copy that I have is the hardback. It's the same style of cover, so they make a nice set. And I am really excited to read The Hidden Palace and in hopefully 2022. I don't want to wait too long to read it. That was the two big things that I got were that book, and then the other big thing that I got is fountain pen ink. And you can see fountain pen ink all over my hands. Look at my hands. I'm a mess. I filled my fountain pen. This year I got my fountain pen back out. And got sometime, I don't remember when, but sometime during 2021, I ordered a bottle of ink in a different color, a really dark purple, like between a black and a purple. So you can use it almost like black ink. It's a very, very deep black purple, and it's beautiful. And then they had a lot of inks at the store, and these are some new inks. The very excellent salesperson, boy, she was a very good salesperson. But I was already looking at these beautiful bottles and the beautiful colors. There were, I think, maybe 6 or 7 in this line. And so beautiful. This is a blue, and actually I wrote my notes. These are my notes. So this is the color of the ink. I wrote it with my pen in that ink after I made my mess and got it all over my hands, but it was worth it. Yeah, it's a gorgeous blue. It's such a really beautiful blue, and so loved that bookstore. And definitely whenever I go up north to visit that friend, I'm going to make a point of getting back to that bookstore, and we are going to go back. We didn't really spend time in the cat cafe. She picked up some food for her cat, and I got the dish, and we did chat there for a few minutes with the nice people there, but we didn't spend much time there. But we will go in and have the full cat cafe experience another time. But we did have some lovely coffee too, just around the corner. There's a place that bakes amazing cookies and bake things, and they do really, really good coffee. It was called the Stefano. It was one of their signature drinks, like the Stefano latte. And it was like caramel with some orange zest. And I had it hot. It was a really cold day. It It was a very cold and wintry day. I needed a hot latte. I got it decaf because this was at the end of the afternoon, and I was gonna go home and warm up my really yummy leftover for dinner. But it was such a good latte. So delicious. And we shared a cookie. It was a sandwich cookie. They called it the York Peppermint Patty cookie. It was two really just rich and soft chocolate cookies with a peppermint cream filling. And there were little chunks of candy cane in the cream filling, and also plenty of peppermint flavor, but not overpowering. Peppermint, when you overdo the peppermint flavor, it can become way too much, and you're like toothpaste. Yeah, but it was just right. The flavor in the cream, and then the little bits of crushed candy cane. That was amazing. It was so good. It was a great day. It was a beautiful, beautiful day, and we had a great time. And then that was Saturday, and then Sunday I went back to church in person. I went to in-person church in the morning for the first time in many, many, many months. And I did this week get my booster, my COVID booster. So on Wednesday, I got my COVID booster, and I went back to in-person church Sunday morning for the first time in so long. And after that big day Sunday, it was like, this is a long day. And then I went to see my parents after church. And so it was quite a full weekend and a great weekend, but I was also really, really tired on Sunday evening. But today I've been chill and enjoying this day, and just enjoying. I think my festive preparations are mostly over. I still need to address some Christmas cards. I'm not sending many, probably 10 maximum, but likely less than 10. I'm keeping it very small, but I do need to, that's one thing I haven't done, but I think most of that kind of prep work and things with a deadline for the holidays have been done. And now I'm feeling like enjoying the festive time now. And tonight I'm going to make a medium-sized pot of chili, just beef and bean chili, and some cornbread muffins. And a friend is coming over to eat chili dinner with me, because there will be plenty of chili. And even with leftovers, I can only eat so much before I get tired of it. I love leftovers, but also if you have so many leftovers for so many meals, you just don't want to eat one thing all the time. So, but I'm excited to have another friend come and have dinner, and that'll be a fun time to visit with her. And that feels festive, even though it's not a designated festive activity, but I feel like just having a dinner with a friend. This is the time to touch base with our friends and our loved ones and to spend a little extra time with them. So it feels part of the Christmas, even so. And yeah, I think I was rambling on and on for quite a bit. So I think that's all for today. And thank you if you watched all the way to the end. I do have some photos from the day out on Saturday. There were some pretty like topiary trees and some pretty things to take our pictures with. So you will, in this video, I will include some of those photos, and you'll get to see me wearing my Christmas tree hat. The hat that I chose for myself is a Christmas tree hat, and I think it's pretty cute. So you'll get to see all of that. And I hope you're doing well. I hope you and your family and all of your loved ones are well, and talk to you next time. Bye-bye.